Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Mr. Ghost, and today I'm going to be covering my thoughts on the Battlefield 6 beta, and I'm going to be talking a lot about the weapons that I used. Some disclaimers to start. I know I've been a bit passionate about some videos in the past, like the M14 video, and, me flaming stuff in the past. You guys know these videos aren't scripted, so fair warning, I'm just gonna go off the leash on at some points in this video. So yeah, um, let's get started. Honestly, I'm gonna keep my thoughts on the beta itself really short. This was honestly the most fun I've had playing in a game in a few weeks. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna be pre-ordering. I know all this stuff about people being shills to the companies right now, or you know all that sort of thing. No, I just genuinely had a good time with the beta, and I look forward to playing it once it comes out more. With all that being said, now it's time for me to start covering some of the weapons, and I'm going to start with the assault rifles. I just to get the ball rolling, just to get it started. I had seen someone back when the Battlefield footage had leaked say that there was going to be an HK 437 in the game. Now, I know a lot of you might not know a lot of firearms stuff, but to clarify, there was a weapon named the HK 433, and the most well-known appearance of the weapon is in Modern Warfare 2019, known as the Kilo 141. Then it returned in Black Ops 6. That is the HK 433. The 437 is just the same gun, but practically using different ammunition, 300 blackout. And when I saw that someone posted that they were going to use the 300 blackout version, I'm gonna be honest, I was mad. I was livid. Like I was ready to just throw hands with somebody. I was like, nah, I gotta stop and take a breath here. Like I can I cannot tell you how mad I was that they were using the 300 blackout just because I wanted the HK 433 back in a game that wasn't Call of Duty. Like, I'm so glad that when I booted up this beta and I saw that it was the HK 433, I clapped. I stood up and give a standing ovation. Like, I genuinely cannot tell you about how passionate I am about that gun just because I used it in Warzone back in 2020. So yeah, other than my personal thoughts and me almost crashing out about the 437, I would say that it was one of the best guns in the game currently. It is your box standard low recoil assault rifle for the Battlefield games. It does have a bit slow bullet velocity, but that's all right. These were a lot of the slower maps, and it's fine. You have things like DMRs and snipers for the actual long range combat, and I just really enjoyed using the gun. I would say, in my experience, I ended up using about like 5, 6 shots to kill. I don't think that's supposed to genuinely be the case. A lot of times I got 4 to 6 shots. And yeah, that's it on the HK 433. The next gun that I got to use was the Galil Ace. I believe it's the 23. I'll look that up later and edit in post editing. But here's another pet peeve of mine. I understand why they do it, but I hate when the games have to use a fictional name and they make it some absurd password. Like, that's something that Google would generate to create a strong password. Like, nah, who's calling it the NVO 2863? Like, nah, that's the Galil. We all know it as the Galil. But I can't fault him because I know that there's some laws and funny stuff. But I really enjoyed that gun too. In my experience, it was about like it took 3 to 5 shots, had pretty good recoil. You know, Honestly, I really liked it. I could see it being a top tier weapon along with the HK433. And yeah, both are great. Um, so just to clarify, I won't be going in depth on the loadouts that I use, just because it's Battlefield. You don't really need the meta attachments. It's kind of just use whatever you want, have fun with the game. And another thing to clarify, there were, I would say, about 5 weapons that I didn't really get to use. And one of the ones I didn't get to use was, unfortunately, this game's version of the G36, the last assault rifle unlocked. But from what I'd seen, it's been pretty good, and it kind of follows the same trend of being a low recoil assault rifle. And I really like the look of it. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of the M-lock rails on the G36 guns, but it's okay. I can give it a pass. Now to move on to the carbines, because I think I might make some people mad with this one. But I am so glad they added a genuine M4A1 carbine with the Riz 2 handguard. Like, I love the quad rail M4A1s that you'd see back in like 2007 movies and video games. I love that aesthetic for the M4A1. I cannot stand that Geisley URGI rail, whatever it is, the new 10 one that everyone's using. I cannot stand it. To me, it looks ugly. But yeah, I genuinely hate that rail, and I do not want to see that one again. If I see it again, someone will be catching hands. I am ready to throw hands. I hate seeing that rail, genuinely. I like, just give me the quad rail. Give me quad rail with Picatinny, and I'll be fine. I love that aesthetic. Okay, moving on. The M4A1 was also a top tier weapon, and I'll just get it out of the way right now, because I know I'm all over the place with this video. Almost every single weapon I used was really good, and honestly, I'm glad that the meta discussions have not been too relevant to this game. There are some guns that I felt like I just couldn't perform all the best with, but I wouldn't say there's a real meta to this game. Just enjoy whichever gun you like to use, and that's kind of it. And I'm really glad that that is the case, because I did not want Battlefield 6 to be like 2042 with like here's the best loadout and attachments you should put on the little T system. Like, that was annoying for me, honestly, seeing that all the time. So yeah, M4A1's a very strong weapon, fast fire rate. Use it more for CQC, and you'll be fine. And yeah, I thought it was really good. Now, another weapon that I didn't get the recording of me crashing out, but I genuinely got very mad when I started using it. And that is the AK-205. I'm glad that it's finally in a game. I love the 105 series with all the Zenico attachments and all that stuff. But who made it kill so slowly? That was awful. It took me like 5-6 shots to kill no matter what. Maybe 3 if I landed one headshot, but the fire rate just felt so low. The accuracy felt kind of bad, honestly. And honestly, I love the 205. I love modernized AKs. So I was biased and I got it max level just because I like the aesthetic of it. But performance-wise, I kind of felt like it was a bit lacking. I felt like it should have had similar performance to the M4A1 in close range. And with that, we're moving on to the HK417. Another weapon, which, why did they give it that M-lock rail? Okay, I gave it a pass for the G36 just because I feel like it works with that one. I hate it on the HK417 or a 416. It genuinely brings me pain. I don't like seeing them. And the weird slant that it has just feels awful in my opinion. So yeah, it was a very niche weapon to use. I didn't like it at first, which kind of pained me because I love the HK 416 and 17 and everything. But then I kind of got the hang of it, and it's that you need to hit upper body shots for it to be like a 3-shot kill. And I was killing shotgunners, which you all know which were pretty good in this game. So the shotgunners, you were able to kill them quickly. And I just realized I got 20 minutes of footage. I need to speed this up. So HK 417, just hit upper body shots. The recoil is hefty, but it's all good. And yeah, that rail, please change it. This is painful. And I'm gonna be honest, after these weapons, my playtime really fell off with the rest of them. So these sections are gonna be a lot quicker. I like the MPX, and I'm glad that the fictional name was really close to, being MPX. I can see why people would say that it is a top weapon. I was hitting long shots with this thing. Genuinely felt like it had no recoil. The accuracy was good, and you could run around with it pretty well. So really good. Now another one. This one made me so mad because I felt like the performance was awful, and that is for the MP7. Now don't be all hateful just yet, because the second I put down my controller because the servers booted me, the last weapon I used was the MP7. And I swear, I turned my console off. I'm getting ready for bed. I just finished recording that footage and put it to upload. Immediately, Handler posts a video of him going crazy with the MP7. And I had to sit with my head in my hands. That's when I learned that the MP7 wasn't the problem. I was just bad with it. So I can't rate that one accurately. Do go watch his video. He does really good. He performs crazy with all sorts of weapons. And for the LMGs, the first one, I had used it for a match, but my ping was at I'm not kidding, 1,200. I'll see if I still have the footage. But it didn't save my progress with it. In general, I just thought it was okay. I wouldn't really use it too much. I like the aesthetic of it. And to move on to the other LMG, the Ultimax, I thought that one was really good. I know a lot of people really liked it too. For me, it was like a 4 or 5 shot whenever I used it. And it had genuinely no recoil. And the accuracy was really good. So that was par for the course. It felt good because the handling was the trade-off for, those traits. So, to me, I feel like that was well balanced and it worked out really well. So another weapon I'd use. And after that, honestly, I didn't get to use the other weapons too much, or I just felt like they were kind of stanky. The shotgun stank because that's the only one where if you listen to people say it's meta, yes, it is absolutely busted. I did not get any footage with it, and I couldn't bring myself to use it after I saw how people were playing with it. No, it kind of just brought me pain. So yeah, shotgun's really good. You can believe him, and I think that will be changed by the time we get to the release date in October. The DMR felt a little bit underpowered for me, but I'm glad I finally got my Mark 14 EBR. Well, actually, it was an M39 EMR, but whatever. I don't think anyone else really cares about that but me. But yeah, I'm glad I got it. It was a little bit underpowered, but, I love it. My baby's back in the game. Let's go. I did not get to use the SVCH, which brought great dishonor to my family, as I do love that weapon as well. I'll cover it in a future video. And after that, we're at the last 2 weapons of the beta already. And those, I'm honestly going to say I did not use them too much. Being the sniper rifle, as I'll keep honest with you guys, I stink with snipers. I cannot snipe in my life anymore. Last time I was able to get a good snipe was back in Warzone 2021. Back when Black Ops Cold War was, the meta game at the time. I'm just rambling. But yeah, honestly, I didn't use the sniper, but considering how much I saw it being used against me, I could assume that it's pretty good. I like that it's the M2010. I love that design for the sniper. Praise be. All these weapons, I saw their designs, and I just had to pray. We're eating good with weapon designs this year. I'm glad we're moving on from Call of Duty and their stinker on weapon designs. Like, who put the 44 auto mag on a Makarov PM? I want their head on a plate. I'll mafia boss this. Like, I. So, I genuinely crashed out for a few minutes. I cut the recording. And yeah, I'm sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, I really liked the designs in the beta. My only complaint was like the name, how the shotgun played, and honestly, I really look forward to this. So yeah, the last weapon was the M17. They call it the P18 in this game, or the SIG P320. Everyone's favorite gun to meme on, because it could go off in your holster or whatever that meme is. I felt it was a little bit underpowered, but we'll see. And that will wrap up my thoughts on the weapons. I'll make another video covering, covering the entirety of the weapon roster soon. Well, not the entirety. I'll go more in depth on individual ones. I didn't get recording of a lot of the guns, which was unfortunate. But I really enjoyed the beta. I really look forward to this game, and I just really hope it does not flop. With all that being said, I hope you all have a great day. School starts for me next week, so I need to try to get more videos out to you guys before I return to school. Because once school starts, I'm gonna be honest, other than shorts, I'm not sure if I'll be able to make, a whole bunch of content. But I really like making this stuff for you guys. Please let me know what you'd like to see. Please share your thoughts. Maybe you can crucify me about my take on the Geisley rail on the M4s now. But yeah, this is a great game. If you have friends, please play it with them. Trust me, please. It is a much better experience when you play with friends, but even with randoms, it's great. Before I forget, I used some people's thumbnails, and I did mention a few videos. So all those will be linked down below. I do like to listen and watch the other content creators, and, I'd like to shout them out. Some of them did influence, my work so far. So I did mention Handler. I used a few, thumbnails as reference points, as you'll see throughout the video. So all those videos will be posted down below, and please give them all a check. I'm going to be honest, I really wanted to make more Gaming Armory videos, but other than my last two ones, they have not been performing well. And only my Payday 3 content is kind of hitting the algorithm. And I'm kind of bored of that game right now. But I have a ton of games I can cover, and honestly, I think I plan to do more Gaming Armory videos, but for the time being, I think it's going to be more just gameplay with me and my friends, and we're just going to be, just yapping, talking about stuff. Yeah, please let me know what you guys would be interested in seeing, because I have a lot of stuff I want to try, but I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, so I'd just like to see what everyone else thinks. So I hope everyone has a great day. Love you all. And I hope to see you soon. This has been Mr. Ghost. And peace out.